I have a question for you. What's the first thing that pops into your mind when I say bad habit? Think of your worst one. It could be doom scrolling, nicotine, alcohol, or anything else. It doesn't matter. In this video, I'm gonna give you 2 effective methods to quit a bad habit, regardless of how extreme it is. Many people associate the word addiction with illicit drugs in rehab centers, but they actually don't realize that all addictions are the same in their brain. The addiction pathway is the same, and fortunately, the solution is also the same. The problem with bad habits is that we usually start hating the habit itself after some time because of how much it's affecting our lives. But we always keep chasing the pleasure that comes from it. And even if we succeed to stop for a while, that pleasure usually pulls us back and relapse. The goal of this video is to find a sustainable path that we can follow without setbacks or relapses. So the first thing that you have to know is that habits don't actually go away, they only change forms. Replacing a bad habit with a good one doesn't erase the original behavior, rather both remain in your brain. What we're gonna do here is to take steps to strengthen the new one and suppress the original one. The 2 methods seem to work better when we apply them the one after the other. We can think of them like 2 consecutive steps. So the first step is so important, yet the majority of us often neglect it. This step consists of cultivating enough awareness of your bad habits. And this method is used by monks who, instead of restraining themselves from doing something, they just do it with awareness, because they understand that the more control you have over an action, the less willpower and energy you will need to use to break it. So in this part of the process, your main focus is not to stop the action, but rather to become more conscious of it. That's why you're gonna keep doing it for some time and try to figure out what makes you crave to do it, how it makes you feel, and what happens after doing it. You have to be fully aware of the sensations and emotions surrounding this action. People often blindly and actively keep fighting something they don't even understand, and that's a sheer waste of time. Now, in the second step, after identifying all the triggers and thought processes behind this action, you will start to suppress it and replace it with a new habit. And this by applying a very simple yet effective set of rules mentioned in the book Atomic Habits. In this book, we can find 4 laws of behavior change. And the laws are as follows. To create a good habit, you have to make it obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. And on the other hand, in order to break your old bad habits, you should do the opposite. Make it invisible, unattractive, hard, and unsatisfying. And since you are already aware of your bad actions, this is going to be way easier than just having them available right in front of your eyes and constantly resisting the urge to indulge. Following this set of rules, you'll find yourself passively quitting the bad habits without overthinking the process, because you avoid the attractiveness, the availability, and all the thought processes that lead you to that action. You just kind of blocked the way to it and made an easier way for a healthier alternative. You have to keep in mind that self-control is like a muscle. Once you've exerted some self-control, it gets tired like a muscle. So actively resisting the unknown will never be the solution. Lastly, you should know that this is gonna cost you your comfort zone and your sense of direction. It's going to cost you relationships and friends. It's going to cost you being liked and understood. But keep in mind that all you're going to lose that's associated with your old bad habits was just built for someone who you no longer are. That was everything for today. See you in the next one.